go. This is our podcast. What are we doing? Oh, there's a chainsaw. Very cool. Okay.
I feel like we should keep this one as a test run.
What?
Test run.
This is probably a test run. But like, you know, it's whatever. It'll whatever, you know? Okay. So the concept of this podcast that you're not listening to probably, is that we walk around and we talk about house colors of the houses that we walk by, some of which are very stupid, some of which are fine, preferably not while the owners are on the porches, especially when we're criticizing them, unless they're my parents. And the funny part is that it's a podcast, so you can't see the houses, so you just have to assume that we're always right.
Oh, I was going to assume we were going to explain them.
Oh, we were going to explain. Oh, yeah,
just like
no,
basic
I know.
color, but like.
You were going to explain them, but like.
Okay,
we
but
might
yeah,
be
you
lying.
can't actually see them, so it's still.
Right, exactly.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it sort of started because we both need to paint our houses.
Right, that's true. Right now my house has about 6 colors on it in different places. Well, 7. One of them is this terrible, horrible, like, poopy brown. And then the ones we're repainting, we've got a yellow, a yellow that's called Peeps.
Wait, so you're painting your house so it's not brown, so you're painting it brown?
No, yellow. Yellow and brown are different colors.
Yeah, but you said there's a splotch of brown on it.
Oh, that's the color that's on my house right now. Like, so there are 7 colors
Got
on
it.
the house.
Got it.
Because one of them is
Okay.
the base color.
One of them is the one that's all over the house.
And so we've got a yellow called Peeps, which is so gross. Why would anyone want to paint their house something called Peeps? It looks like a peep, the outside of a peep. It's so orange. Our kitchen is already named Mac and Cheese. We really don't need this. We've got another yellow that's kind of nice. I don't know, whatever. We have like 2 blues that were supposed to be blue, but they turned out turquoise, and I don't really want a turquoise house, so I don't know, whatever, we'll see. And then we have 1 blue that we just stole from another house. We knocked on their door. I did not go. We knocked on their door and said, "Hey, what color did you use to paint your house?" And they were like, "Oh, here's a can of paint." And we were like, "Oh, great." The other reason we're doing this podcast is because I just injure myself all the time, and we were going running every day, and then my leg stopped working a little bit. I mean, it mostly still works, but I can't run today. So now we're walking and recording a podcast in the middle of the street.
The idea came up before.
The idea did come up before. The idea came up 2 days ago.
Well, I guess this is my opportunity to complain about my house color.
Oh, yes. Please complain about your house color.
Yeah, so we moved in like 3 years ago, something like that. And there were a lot of things that we've been working on fixing. And there are a lot of things that we're still working on fixing. And the house color has been one of those things that has not been fixed yet. So currently it's sort of a dull green with white trim. I'm not even sure how to explain the green. It's like dirty dull green.
It's like if you scraped your knee on the sidewalk, you know, and you got a scab. The scab was like kind of dark, like kind of a dirty scab, you know, and it was real gross. But then all of a sudden it was green, but it was the same kind of feeling, but it was green. That's Liam's house.
Yeah, except a little lighter, I think.
Yeah. Garbage truck. Okay, so like, I'm not so against the idea of having a house that's just like 2 colors, you know, a blue and a white.
But it's not, though.
What?
It's not. It technically, yes, sure.
What?
But
yeah.
the roof and the chimney are both sort of reddish, and that's what gives it that's what, like...
Oh, well, that's
It totally
stupid.
counts.
No, it
yeah,
doesn't
I mean,
count.
You can't have a house without a roof.
Well, you can't have a house without a roof, but like, if you had, I wouldn't count the roof as one of the colors on the house.
Well, no, you can't paint the roof, but
Right. I mean,
it's
you
still
could.
a color of the house. It still changes how you view the rest of the house.
Well, yeah, but like, what other color would the roof be? Like,
Well,
black?
no, you don't... They're all gray or red.
Exactly.
And the question is how you can work with gray or red.
Right, so whatever. So 2 colors besides the roof, which totally doesn't count.
Yeah, but the point is if that roof had been gray, it wouldn't have worked.
Oh, well that roof's gray and they only have 2 colors. It's a different blue though.
You
It's
can't
better.
see the roof because there's trees all over it.
Okay, well la-di-da. So anyway, listener, if you don't actually know who we are, you should know that I'm Sabina. I'm about 3 inches taller than Liam. And the time that we are recording this is 10:48 and 30 seconds a.m. Anyway. Okay, yeah, the gray, the white, the turquoise. Like, I can get behind that. Except for there's actually no turquoise. It just feels like there should be turquoise. If there were turquoise, I would be okay with that.
So it's just gray and white.
That house the stairs just say winter. Like, it's concrete stairs. Carved in them is the word winter.
Well, I feel like the house says winter.
You house it?
The house says winter.
The house says winter. It does. Like, is that the house's name? Is that the family's name that lives? It sort of looks like a grave. Like the stair that's engraved, haha. And that's a little concerning. Like, is there something buried under there? I don't know what's going on. The color's alright, except the door and the rest of the house are painted too similarly. One's like gray and one's like gray-blue. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like there's a gray theme for this street. Which, I'm kind of happy that my parents... So we're passing my old house, which got painted maybe 2 years before we moved.
Really?
Something like that, yeah.
But it stayed the same color.
Nope.
What?
And since they've painted the white trim black...
What?
I'm pretty sure.
I think
No?
it was black before.
Okay, I don't remember particularly well.
Wait, what color was your house before it was red?
I don't know.
What? I really think it was red. Was
it definitely
like
was
blue?
not red. And it's not quite a red. It's sort of purpley red.
Well, it's like maroon. But like red maroon.
Yeah.
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 Like a bloody eggplant, but in a good way. I like it.
Wait, bloody eggplant.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that comes to your head?
Well, I don't know. I was already talking about the scab on your other house.
Okay, fair.
Right.
Yeah,
I think this is gonna
okay,
be
does
a
the
hit
purple
podcast.
porch work?
Okay, the purple porch. There's a purple porch?
Yes.
Okay, we're going back. We gotta look at the purple porch. Never mind. There's someone home. We're not looking at the purple porch. Yeah, one time I walked... I was walking by your house, and I walked and I turned to walk up the front steps and then realized that you no longer lived there and you live in a different house. And I think nobody was home, which is good because it was quite weird. I walked through the little whatever gate thing and I was like, oh, haha, Liam and Kai do not live here. And then I left. Kai is Liam's brother. That's just, context. I feel like we should really have guests on here.
Yeah, but I mean, for the first one we can...
Well, right, not for the first one. I feel like Quinn would be a good podcast guest,
Yeah, though I feel like that might turn into...
Sauron? Okay.
No.
Okay. Cream house, white trim. Cream
so
house.
I think if this,
white
I'm going
trim.
I'm going back to the roof.
The roof is like gray. There's
Yeah, but
nothing...
it's a very light gray, and it just adds to the effect, and that's not good. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
If the roof was maybe if the roof was the red, I could see it.
Oh, no.
Somewhat.
No.
Because then it actually has color.
But they're putting the cream next to the white, Liam.
Okay, got it. I agree with you there. I agree with you there.
Sad and makes me mad.
Bad, sad, mad, and all in one.
All in one. But okay. Sometimes like the cream and white isn't terrible.
Okay, I could see it if their garage was their house.
Yeah,
yeah,
because their garage is... But if their garage... They should paint their garage something bright, because it's so small. They can. They may as well. They should.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right. That's the other nice thing about audio. Nobody can dispute my, extremely incorrect facts, because they can't see what I'm talking about. Like how I'm taller than Liam, which I am.
You keep going at that one.
It's true. It is true. I think we should release this podcast at 10:48 and 30 seconds.
You mean 10:49 minus 30 seconds?
I don't mean that, actually. I mean 10:48 and 30 seconds.
You know that 10:49 minus 30 seconds was the compromise, right?
Like a normal human being. No, it was not the compromise.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not. It was 10:48 and 30
Okay, we were
seconds.
at least a couple minutes off from each other at first.
Well, right. I know, and we compromised.
Now we're on the
Let's
same
not
moment.
compromise.
Just
We're
different,
on the same moment,
different
but
ways
I'm
of talking about it.
right-er. Nah. That was me sticking my tongue out at Liam. For the record.
Okay, what about that?
I can't tell if it's
sort of-
supposed to be yellow or if it's supposed to be white.
I feel like I'm sort of influenced by the color of the deck chairs. which are bright yellow. So this sort of light yellow and white is not doing it.
I hadn't noticed the deck chairs, Liam. Oh, you're right. That's really terrible. But I will redeem them because they have a bunch of little happy plants in the window. And the window's like all ventilated so the plants can get air. I don't know. I'm just really excited about the plants. Also, the like structure of the house, they've got a nice roof porch. Kind of reminds me of my grandparents' house. I don't know. So like, I don't hate it. But it's a little bit atrocious. My mom's parents.
Got it.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of them having a
connection to
roof porch or
squishy plums.
Their house looking like that.
Well, their house doesn't really look like that, but their house is white and like sort of big, and I don't know, it's kind of like that. I feel like they would be the kind of people to have a nice little window with ventilated plants. But they don't. But these people do. Oh, there are people in that house. I don't like it, but they're in the window, and so I'm not going to stand in front of it and critique it for a long time. Okay.
That's probably good because red roof, green walls.
You're so stuck on the roof thing.
It makes a difference.
I don't know.
Okay, if our roof had been really red, it wouldn't have worked for the house.
What color is your roof?
It's like gray.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, I
old
sort of see that but like your roof, I sleep on the roof of their new house, the one they live in. It's like grayish, right? I've had to stop sleeping there, because of COVID, so we got a quarantine. I
was just assuming you still were, just.
Oh, yeah, well, I actually took a break. I thought it would be more sanitary, because we're walking on opposite sides of the street right now.
This is a regular thing. Sabina does this every night, or used to.
Yeah, right. I have a little bed out there. That's why Kai's not allowed to go on the roof. Eric says that's their dad. Oh, it's too dangerous. But what's actually going on is I'm sleeping there, and Eric knows that, and Eric doesn't want Kai to come disturb me because I am a very sensitive sleeper, and, sometimes I get angry when I'm woken up. I wouldn't want to accidentally throw anybody off the roof,
I suppose I should not mention that Kai's never asked to be up on the roof at night.
Well, whatever. I sleep in the day, too. I take naps. And here is the sound of a garbage truck.
That one was actually compost.
Oh, excuse me, a compost truck. The driver of the compost truck may have been looking at me strangely. Oh, now we have like big, giant developed apartments. Oh, they have nice curtains. The curtains have peaches on them. Maybe. Or some kind of fruit. I don't know. I like fruit. But the house is... it's a lot of white.
I think it would work if it was a smaller building.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but like they've got a giant moving gate that says no trespassing, officer patrol, arcadiasecurity.com, whatever. It's very disheartening or uninviting, It doesn't make me feel like, oh, what a nice apartment complex, I'll go live there. It makes me feel like if I go in there, Arcadia Security is going to kick my butt. It's not so nice.
I mean...
Oh, they've got nice flowers.
Yeah, but... Okay, so I'll give them the flowers.
Yeah.
Nice flowers. Gray roof, white trim, gray sides.
They've got a little bit of red. Orange. It's kind of rusty, actually.
Does that even really...
I feel like there's no room on that poor house for trim. There's no trim. There are like little things by the windows, but one of them fell off. I don't know. It looks like nice, like upkept kinda, and the flowers are lovely. But like gray and rust, and then like the inside of the windows are just vinyl white, and like nothing's painted.
So I think the one thing that works for the gray is the fact that the house next to it is so blue that it like assaults your eyes. Maybe that I'm just
Pardon
being
the helicopter listeners.
too judgmental of a very blue house, but I think if you saw them next to each other, or if there was another equally bright house on the other side, it would work.
Yeah, perhaps, like if there was then like sort of a rustish house on the other side, I wouldn't be so mad. Oh, these are nice flowers too. Yeah, okay, these people get points for their garden. It's very cool.
Somehow we managed to choose the day after garbage gets picked up, in the morning so that there wouldn't be cars, and during COVID when there aren't planes, and we managed to hit all three very quickly.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a helicopter. I don't know what
that
helicopters
is not a helicopter.
are doing, but maybe I don't know. I'm hearing them more.
I feel like we keep like pulling out the houses that don't work for us.
Right, okay, let's find a house that does work. Let's find a lovely house. Okay, sorry, I know we're doing the things that work, but that fence, what's going on? It's like half of it's wood, and then half of it's corrugated sheet metal, and then half of it's wood. It goes in stripes.
Well, when it rusts, it'll look good.
What? No, it won't.
Yeah, because then the color will be similar to the...
I know, but then it'll be like white and off-white. Do you see what I'm saying?
No.
Look at that. That was a good throwback.
No, you can't do it with white, but you can do it with, like, brown or something.
No.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, well, you're the person who wears blue shirts and blue pants. And,
That's fair.
No. I feel like...
There were some days in elementary school when a friend and I coordinated and wore all red.
Yeah.
So...
I believe you. I also do that. It's just with black and yellow because I don't really wear colors. Yellow is a color. But, most of my wardrobe is black and dark blue. I'm wearing very floofy, pants with lemons on them. Oh, I kind of like that one. Okay, so here's the house. And I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
I like it only because of the kites.
There's a lot of texture in how they put the boards on.
Yeah.
And it's also tiny.
Mm-hmm.
I see the only knock on it is the unmarked van. The unmarked windowless white van to the right of it.
Whatever, but it seems like Max's mini museum.
Yeah, it's... So first of all, it's covered in plants.
Right.
Not literally covered, but there are plants everywhere.
Plants everywhere. There's ivy growing from the telephone wire. I don't know. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you sort of have to go under it if you want to go up to the door.
Yeah, it feels like the whole thing is a garden, and then they've got green, and their shutters are a little weird. They have little arrows cut out in the shutters. I don't really know what that's about, but they've got a sock doll in the window, and the sock doll has a mask on, and inside the window, it's a really old-fashioned window. They have yellow curtains, and then the top of the house is yellow. They have a little stained glass. And 3 little kites, and one of them, there's blue and yellow and red, and they're kind of the same texture as the house, and they just pull it all together.
Yeah, it stands out on this block without being obnoxious.
Right, okay, I'm a fan. Well, I feel like every day we should pick a winner, and this might be our winner.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, this is the winner.
And all the,
Hey, future Liam, thanks for editing this podcast. You're super cool. See, then you can hear that later, it's funny. Yeah, that can be our little outro. Okay. Oh, speaking of outros, why don't we have an outro? Wow. Thanks for listening to this podcast. It doesn't have a name yet. When we have a name, I'll just edit in myself voiceovering the name of the podcast right here. Cream House White Trim and Other Modern Horrors. Cool. Well, thanks for listening to Cream House White Trim and Other Modern Horrors. Maybe you can subscribe to it. I don't even know. Wouldn't that be fancy?
So I know this is a different podcast, but what they do is at the end they talk about something that is entirely unrelated.
Right. Well, I feel like
entirely unrelated from what the podcast is about.
Right. Well, I feel like we kind of have been doing that the entire time.
Yeah. Okay. Then maybe. No.
That's okay.
I feel like we could have a theme for the last.
Okay, yeah, a theme. Well, we picked a favorite. I feel like that's pretty good. That's
but that's sort of an in-podcast theme.
Well, yeah, but Joe Firestone at the end of Everyday Decisions asks for listeners.
Yeah, but it's at the end.
Yeah, it's at the end. We picked a favorite at the end.
No, we saw a fancy house and decided that's going to be the end.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not.
It was.
Wait, does that mean that we can get a minute and a half in later and pick a favorite and then be like, oh look, we're done? Does it work like that?
Yeah, but that would be a little sad. So maybe if we find one at the beginning and we're like, whoa, that's the favorite, we have to walk around some more. This was kind of a pilot, right? Pilot, yeah. That's what the first episode of Welcome to Night Vale is called.
That's what the first, yeah.
Episode of lots of things are called. But I feel like most of them are TV shows.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't watch any TV shows except in other people's houses, so I watch a lot of pilots.
Same deal. Yeah, I think I agree with you on the TV show count, but podcast-wise, I think that's pretty true as well. Okay, if that house is the winner, this house is the loser because it's not a house.
Well, this house isn't even.
It's just sort of an overgrown, fenced-off lot.
Yeah, there's a hole in the middle. It's really quite sad. At least they could be growing plants, Oh, also, here's the crow. The crow really wants to be on the podcast. I think its name is Henry. Oh, now the crow stopped talking. Look at what fame does. Anyway, we probably shouldn't walk down this street because it's really busy, and I think already I'm forgetting to hold my mic close to my face, so editing Liam will have some fun with volume. Really, I am happy to help edit. I just think it's funny that you so eagerly volunteered.
Well, I was so eager to when you were going to do this on your own, and I was not sure how that was going to work, but
oh, right. No, me doing this on my own would be disastrous.
And also, I have basically no experience editing.
Well, that's okay. You'll
not very much experience with computers in general as well. So
the episodes will increase in quality in all areas. Or maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you can get much better than this. This is pretty great. Oh, pink hydrangeas. All my hydrangeas are blue. What?
Okay. We've passed a lot of pink hydrangeas on our runs.
Well, whatever.
I pointed them out a couple times too.
Okay. Well. Anything else? Oh, do you want to do the thing where we talk about something that isn't related?
Sure. And I assume the fact that that house looks like a face doesn't count? Just a little bit.
Yeah, it totally does. I think that counts. That house really does look like a face. It's got, okay, so I know I'm not supposed to talk about the paint because it's the end, whatever. Paint's peeling, it's sort of beige-ish, whatever. But the windows and the chimney goes right through the two windows, and it really looks like eyes and a nose.
I think it helps that the fence is sort of right beneath it, and it's
yeah.
perpendicular
and
to
if I walk over here, then the fence is right in the right place to be a mouth. That's good. Okay, I forgive it for its terrible paint. It's
okay,
smiling.
So maybe our sign-off can be what a house looks like.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
like,
I think our sign-off can be whatever it wants to be on any given day.
Great.
You know, we'll see. All right. Thanks for listening to Cream House White Trim and Other Modern Horrors. This episode is hosted and produced by me, Sabina Oldham, and hosted and edited by Liam Miller Castles. Thanks to Juliet Stump for coming up with the second half of our title. This episode is lovingly dedicated to today's special guest, a crow named Henry. New episodes come out every Monday, so pay attention and have a fantastic and fabulous day. Oh, and maybe you can even subscribe. I don't know. Check out your options. We'll see. Bye.